Today we are going to discuss about mental health. Right, let's first define what is mental health. To you guys, how do you know mental health?
Mental health, I think it's mental disorder.
Mental disorder.
Yeah, which deals with thinking, anxiety. Yeah.
Any other? What is mental health in your own understanding? Christopher Duda that mental health is a mental disorder.
Mental health, I think, is the state of well-being or mental state of well-being.
Okay. Edango. Since you say that mental health is a state of well-being, there is this what they say that mental health is a state of well-being. Could mental health issue at the mental health? So what's the difference between mental health illnesses and mental health problems?
I think
How can you differentiate
a
the two?
state, mental health is a state.
The state of mind.
Then illness is a condition. That's the difference. State, condition.
Also, illness is a condition that person.
It's more like a sickness. Illness is sickness.
Okay.
Then when you say mental health, it's like a state. It's either you are in a good position or in a bad position. Get.
Okay.
So when you say illness, this includes things like depression, isolation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what really triggers this mental health illnesses in as young people? Let's just list the problem that the factors that bring mental health.
Isolation.
Isolation.
Sometimes mental illnesses are caused by maybe genetics in the family.
Genetics.
Inherited from a family member who had the same illness, mental, then now is what you inherit.
Also, mental health someone can also inherit, like can be also genetic.
Sometimes it's about life situations that we face.
Yeah. Especially on this pandemic, I was afuna kana paper kumana. I was afuna kana drama kumana. So in that race of me, okay, I go and drama mtumba. Just a little that time. But the question comes to what Felista is saying. That mental health can also be genetics.
I'm not sure how that is possible, but we're talking about factors that can cause
Mental health, yeah.
Sometimes.
So genetics.
Sometimes it's in the blood. You find that maybe the mother or maybe the sister has the same condition, like liquid misala. This one has it, and then the other one has it again in the same family. So how can that be explained?
I'm sure
Genetics.
it's the same as someone who is maybe disabled, right? Yeah, so sometimes in family you find that there are 2 or 3 people who are disabled, but the others they are just okay.
Yeah.
So in that the same condition, since you are disabled, it also caters to the mental well-being because you are not straight.
Okay, I had this word thinking. When you say that it's genetics, I was thinking about HIV. I was thinking about HIV.
But HIV, I don't think it's genetic, is it?
Nah. HIV just pass.
Genetics.
You are passing
it. It comes from the term.
There's something
genes.
Genes.
So the way it is, each child when they are born, they get some genes from it's inheritance. You inherit some genes from each of the parents. So you just inherit. That's why you find some people they have certain conditions. And that's why
just like albinism.
Yeah.
If there's a parent,
So you inherit.
That can be
inherited.
Yes.
Okay, since we say that mental health. Okay, you can go. So like mental health can also be passed on. I had a friend whose the mother was sick. It was someone who she was bringing one of the patients to psychiatric.
What condition was it?
I don't know, like there's like Babuera. time vankhaya that treatment vaenda futi hata sometimes vabwera futi vija
But sometimes again, vantu vamangirire hapo. Because I think the same situation that you are talking about, even me in our family, you can relate. First, it started from a guy. The mental disorder as if he has gone mad. So sometimes we used to catch him. You can, but he was a normal person. He was, in fact, he was a breadwinner of the family. But the things,
trying to sound.
yeah. Then afterwards, after him now started getting better, now the older sister started behaving the same. Like the situation for her, it came after she was heartbroken. There's a guy who proposed him to marry. Now the guy honestly has some mobs, so she got depressed and started now getting things crazy.
So we are talking about mental health, right? So we also underline what is mental health. I don't know. Do you know what is mental health for your own understanding? No. Okay. So one of you guys will just listen.
So there were two definitions that we. Yeah. So we said that it's a mental disorder. And again we said that it's a mental well-being of
state of mind.
The state of mind. Yeah.
So mental health is a state of mind, right? A state of well-being, like as human beings. Yeah. There were also a question whereby we said that mental health and mental health illness. What's the difference? So someone just said no, mental health is a state of mind. And then illness means it's a disease, right? Is it correct?
Disease or a condition.
Yeah,
It's
a
a
disease or condition. They just put it a condition.
Yes, not disease.
Yeah, I'll put it as in a condition.
Yeah.
It's a condition. And illness is a condition whereby maybe I can put an example. I can say malaria. Malaria is a condition whereby ungapole, right? Same applies with mental health illness. Ungapole, ungapole. Once you've undergone that treatment. Okay. So we are also underlining the factors that that make us youths to have mental health issues, or mental health illnesses. So Chris here it was Chris or Felicitas. Felicitas, you said that it's genetic. So we are discussing about genetics. Why? So she was explaining that no, family pezeka nebile kuzofunda kwa vango kuja ambaye kusogol pezeka kwa mhaso na mwana futi wafunda futai, so it can be genetics. So some of the factors here to come for Chris, but no alikuwa kama girlfriend mgeuza na mdamping,
Yeah.
and then that person has mental health. So we are still listing about the factors of what brings out mental health issues. So feel free to contribute. So what are some of the factors? Another factor that causes mental health in young people.
You can say trauma.
Trauma.
Others can say loss of a loved one.
Trauma, loss of a loved one.
Sometimes the disease even tries to also cause mental health.
Any other?
Isolation and child neglecting. If you are neglected as a child,
If you are neglected by your parents. Okay, nowadays my parents are busy.
Sometimes you can even say if someone is raped, that can cause mental health.
Yeah. So trauma. I could love you to explain more about the trauma.
Trauma is an incident whereby it happened unexpectedly. You didn't prepare for it.
Okay.
And it stays long in the mind.
Like
That can destroy one's ability to think or to process in another way.
Okay. So I would love to share an experience whereby some things, this is like also pressure, family pressure, right? They will pressure you to do something, right? Let me say like, what are some of the common that are on the ground, like yati mamvera maningi taeve yamashika most of the time inangu azipairapo.
Sometimes It's more about when you want to set goals in life.
Mm.
So as you are trying to set goals in life, yeah, some circumstances that you face. For
Mm.
example, you had a deal with someone, and you are very much confident that that deal, if it will pass, then your poverty equally yatoka. So
But
you sometimes as you are trying to hustle or maybe to provide for a family. Family is also depending on you, since maybe you're an elderly person or maybe you want to fit for the responsibility that you have to do maybe as a person with a man.
mm,
Then things end up now more like
going up in another
yeah.
way.
What you are expecting is not what is happening.
Mm.
Then now you end up now losing hope. Started isolating yourself, even losing the thing that you used to do the most. Maybe if you used to exercise, you withdraw to that. Until now, you started thinking, let me just commit suicide. So I think I'm not acceptable in this world.
Right. Natasha, I just thought maybe you have something to add on. Like for the common causes of mental health.
So things are gonna
Isolation.
Isolation, yeah.
Yeah, kuzipatula.
Kusitosapho kakhulu.
Like when I end up and so then I just decide that I'm not comfortable here. I just leave.
Okay, just to add on, before we talk about that, you should understand the type of personalities of people who live in the society. Of introverts and extroverts.
Mm.
Introverts can isolate themselves. That's how they are. Extroverts are open to people. So when you talk about isolation, you have to know when or how can you identify that this one is going through a mental health situation. The others who are just it's
That's
just
the way
how
they
they
are.
are.
Yeah.
So you have to know the difference between that.
But don't you think that's a illness?
No,
No.
it's not.
No.
You sure?
Yes.
You just decide to
Listen,
isolate yourself.
just say, you see, because they say, if you go back to the definition of mental health, right?
Mm.
They say it's a condition of a state of mind. So mean that it happened to them once they adopted, they embraced it. So it does not become a condition, it does become part of their life.
Yeah.
So when you're alone or introverts,
Extroverts.
you just decide, okay, I'll isolate myself then.
It's not really isolation.
Mm.
They call it a safe space.
A safe space.
Yes.
So what you're trying to say is in your comfort zone, yeah?
Yes.
But is that safe? Like
Okay, let me
even
just
around
ask.
friends.
I see where you're going. Your answer is correct. Yes, isolation can cause mental health. Now, here is where isolation can cause mental health. There are people who don't appreciate themselves. They will say, no, me, I'm not fit to be here. Then you just start thinking, no, me, I don't look good. I'm this and that, so I can't find myself with these people. You see, that's a problem. But there are others also who say, no, me, I'm okay just like this, or just be alone. Like me, for example,
Alright.
you will just find me, I just enjoy my peace alone. I'm more free when I'm alone. It's just like a music, just like that. I'm good. So that's where mental health comes in. Acceptance. People don't accept themselves, you know. So you need that's where the difference is. The others just so that's what it is.
Thank you very much.
So we never know like such people. Maybe someone in this same room, if one of us is feeling like we come with us or bad. That is also a cause of mental health. You get that? You are
That one is a sign of mental health.
yeah, it's one of them. It's a sign of mental health. The sign of mental health. But it can also, if that one keeps on doing it, it can also lead to mental illness. You get that? Because you are not comfortable, you need to build in that self acceptance and that self confidence. Hope, you want to say something? No,
Every
no,
time mama raising up.
Hey.
I remember.
Wanted to say something.
Fulani siri kumtika. Ngatako mna mimba pano kati na.
Msanike no.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Msanike.
On this point of time,
Msanike.
so we didn't hear your name, Maya. What's your name?
Beatrice Mwanza.
Beatrice Mwanza.
Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Beatrice
Mwanza.
Mwanza.
Our pronunciation ni magumu.
Why did he make
Maziluma bata.
Kawa makazini.
Beatrice Mwanza.
Hey, Beatrice.
Osa slang anda mzilume mtu mwane tu.
Welcome. Iwe chogo.
Oh.
Welcome, man. Feel free, yeah. Mwani na nyaka anyamata lipa nusu na naka kambi kulabida. Kulabida simbaliziwe vongo labida. So feel free, yeah. So as we said here, we usually have my discussions on Saturdays. At this time, it's where us age band is 15 to 24 years. Yes, we will discuss such issues about mental health, SRH. We discuss a lot of topics. Right? We understand even HIV topics. We have them here. How can prevent pregnancy? We have them here. How can we? A lot of topics, a lot of health topics. Right? So feel free to contribute. So we continue. As Dennis said, we need also to understand the person like this one. And if it's someone showing signs of mental health, or maybe it's just very child, or maybe very child. My better tell you now, I'm going to come to see. Ilingati ni kambi so mkanona kwa ni shafu kambi pafupi kwa wanachana. Maybe kapenda most of the time mnakuwa ni drama cha ndani block ni mimi. Asa kaenda vini no maybe kapenda mudampa. Ni drama cha. It's money cha.
Money talk.
So we have such people, as Dennis explained, who say that there are such people whereby they like their space. They don't like to be on a crowded place. They want to be somewhere where they can hear their thoughts. There are also such people again. So I would like to ask, how can we say that this person is passing through mental health issues, or maybe this person that's how it is? What type of signs can you see? My signs, you remember Tokyo, you just very, or maybe please.
I think the signs, if it's someone withdrawing things that they used to love, you know that there is something wrong. So, like for example, you say that no, me I talk a lot, but when you see me quiet, which means there's something going on in my mind, because we know that you love talking. So it's one of the things that I think there's something wrong. I have to talk to the brother, so
Others,
I'm back on that.
what type of the signs can you say that this person is going through the
Changes in behavior.
changes in behavior? Okay. Emma,
Maybe substance abuse.
abusing
Yeah.
substance, okay? Others, what type of signs can you say that this person is passing through a mental health issue?
When a person is not making sound decisions, they are thinking it's just opposite. Something is wrong. You can know that okay, here something wrong.
Something is wrong, man.
And again, if someone also appetite again matters. Pesa kazima same guys. So menya but pesa si kale olumsimbi baba tisiza naye mbale baba but pesa ti
Tawa better.
appetite ya tawa mainjani una more than mwezi didi nangwasha waleka
Kana better it magini.
wena nguche hivi nangungawa chapi kwenteo that umuntu sesa stili naye tonse lapatangala chali mwimosi pepa olumkamba cho conversation mtu komuitana sina hope lamai bombera pochana izi kasi shomweza enda kwake ba amkhanya mtima whenever.
How can we improve?
That was my next question. How can we improve, or maybe how can we help as us being fellow young people? How can we help and improve?
So
Mingle with people.
the same way that we have done right now, we are helping each other. Comes to mental health. So if you stop coming here, we'll see that the mental health is conquering you. So zamukonga kunyumba
Yes.
zibwera kuno inebidi somo zadulira pakata mana taboti waina mwana mana so it's like a cement here it's like a house so it's one of the sign that let's be go have people to talk to because ni no sunga loko pesa lazima pezeka na mtu ana mambo sati keep us
Alright, that's for me. Maybe one week how we can improve it. Right? Maybe as we said already that have such teams, right? To be in such groups where we are discussing, where we are free to open up everything that is troubling us in our mind. We open up on a group because outside there we often have little number of people to open up to. For instance, me, I like to put an example on myself. I'm someone whereby I have a lot of things, a lot of issues that is bothering me in my mind, but I have a small circle to share it to. You get right, and a big circle to cheer or maybe to motivate. Get my point, right? A small circle to share my problems to, and a big circle to motivate. So such people usually often have mental issues mostly because you guys manga kabweda mangaya be and enjoy it kabweda padawa amaka. I'm also disturbed. I'll put on that fake face and that fake smile to motivate you guys to say, okay, dawa mine. When I go home, I sit on my bedroom. Babweda pamos my mother no guys and that's mangilida. But you guys might not Vinisa because we have such issues and most of those people that's the one who are facing mental issues hide than others who are just watching. So our advice to say like we should also have that time say okay guys how are you? Get right? To make that person to feel free to say okay. That also ask our friend how are you? How are you doing? You get right? So it's nice to check up on
that point that you have raised is very much important to ask for someone because if that person tells you what is going through, it will leave you with something that you are passing through. Because sometimes I also feel motivated. This guy, I was depressed. So things for the guy was looking so smoothly. I'd be like, what's checking Barasila? But he was going tough things than more than me. But what's if it's only come like what's checking me, guys? So by the time she plays a fragile so that time I come to it because a child of hustle. What that Pagina says, lifestyle. So after now, I sat down. Oh, okay. I'm glad that there's a chance you to confront depending on the situation. I was thinking that Professor I judged, but on the same judgments, I thought of asking so that I know if I ended up hurting guys. But otherwise, it has helped me. Although I still have mental health, I will disclose you later. Coming this and and a question. So why don't you share yourself when you, because you say you explained that you don't like sharing
those responsibilities.
Alright.
Yeah, it's called responsibilities.
Yeah. So as you have also trying to push for the responsibilities.
I'm quite right. Say that no, you can't
Help you
open up.
with mental health.
Like when you are here, once I'm already that. There's someone, even though a CEO of a company, you find someone, even if you're a worker, this one I can share this to this one. Will give me advice. Let me do. You shall want to that don't set the pan. No. Oh, come on, maybe first time. Even you are the head.
Sometimes even how we team whoever because you know team group and push to consider that you're a strong person. Now all good trouble you start complaining or maybe you start saying about your problems. Maybe the fear to say man on it. For me, I look like a strong person, clear man.
That's mental
That's
health.
a problem.
So we don't want that.
No one is
Want the
strong.
guy to go
No
to
one
one
is
is
strong.
strong.
I think
No one is-
Kenya
no one
has
is
given a
strong.
good example.
For her, yes, for the explanation, yes, it's
You
quite
will
right.
die
But-
alone, yeah.
But
But
there is
you know there are people whereby
Okay, guys, I cannot get you all
Mugan,
together. Please
Mugan,
don't
how is
worry.
like it's like this. Panyumba pangu atatu is maybe he's depressed. And then maybe mwana wanga uyu ni mtunduru uyu. Azamta manga mbera you know, but he's your father. He will tell you. You know, he's the head of the family. Fungo tapu uze no kuuza uti ai manga. So. You know that manga give me an advice. I'll be relieved. Not one that no, I'm strong. No one is strong in this world. No one.
Even people who are strong,
No
I've
one
seen
strong.
them now. They are
No one
getting
will see.
themselves, drinking
No one.
medicine.
That is mental health.
Then I'm going
That
to
is
can tell you my inspiration. So
So that's how it is. But
should
the
change.
thing is that, the thing is that the way Felisa said it, let's give a very good example. See,
It's a good
it's
example.
called, it's like you're expected to be looked like someone who doesn't have pressure.
Yeah, to appear like
Yeah.
that. Kuri vantu. Inside you that you are a weak person. Koma kuri vantu usifuna tuoneshe kuti wewe uli weak.
Akunishia.
Felista.
So, see, let me talk now.
Good question. Felista. This
It's
is
not like you used to
Eh,
disappear.
Pamela,
Let Felisa talk.
don't go very stars. We
I
said defend.
agree,
Those are
I
those
agree.
who for
Listen.
Satan.
None of this is
Azafo.
my secretary. So let me talk.
Let's agree. You're in mental health bike. That's what I agree. Yes.
Mhm.
Now we are talking about why muntu ama this my problems. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Let's
So
not
that's
go straight to manga.
So that's why.
Let's say why.
Why?
Oh, so why do you hate yourself?
I'm
But
going
you
to say to me.
Get kama point wezo kama. One trade
no one is strong. If you ngasina kupezeni.
Oh,
You are my
because
boss.
that's not
It's
depression.
not
You can't be
cheating.
that sugar.
I shouldn't see that maybe you are strong.
Mm.
Mdaisa ana ma problems. If you want to don't muka muda tino Javan has his own problems.
Yes, a lot.
So sunga mone that no, that's because of a drama, maybe it's the head and boss and that strong. No one is an island. Not a full sharing. Inengana none of us there's a time say as no akaza fuma naenda kuti njona kubeka chiteme kuri muntu ofu
We prefer Bonova.
o sauka chopangia hapo soda ta no man is an island so longa twelve you can say maybe so even maybe omungono ngathi this one can advise me umusharing so but you can say maybe so she
So
know
I
there's a
can say, let
problem.
me just speak. Let me not say it personal, right? But just there's this thing what we call people who are leading a group. This disease, I may say disease, whereby we don't want to appear in a certain way, whereby we give less belief in people actually. And a lot of leaders have been died. Yeah, a lot of leaders have died because of that same thing. Yeah. Yeah, because to per group, wait and hide up and per group. There'll be one person in every group there's a leader. There'll be one person say, I want to. They're sitting as someone like their shepherd, someone to lead them to something. If a shepherd or maybe that person who's leading you to something is weak, can you sure that you can lead that person bravely, Mushemush? And also, I'll give you like this thing. What I'm telling you guys is like something that is handling each and every leader within a group.
Yeah,
There's something whereby you feel like, responsibility. That's it.
Whosoever who takes care of responsibility
So
always
now-
hide themselves. But what we
That's
don't
it,
want
that's
So now,
is you faking it.
That's a
Being
disease.
happy, whilst you are there's something eating you up.
so
So
our
our
condition na hivi.
my advice.
Never any disease.
My
Like
advice
most leaders are
responsibility
doing
is
that.
better you come it fake.
Responsibility.
Tazotero nyama ndasali bunda. But when some kalasa
You
pano.
are responsible.
Seka shan. Because one day uzakati tisa disappoint whereby you end up now open up things when it comes worse. So the best way you show us the real you, the real muganga.
So I had a friend that
Whereby
who
you
once
say but
whereby you stick to those people who are leading a group. That kind of thing whereby you are, I can say responsibilities. You are in a group like this group that we are in here. In group when you expect someone to say, okay, Muja no one have been doing something. I've been telling you guys, say, okay, let's share responsibilities whereby not in a sala and let me the groups be reactant. which we are sharing responsibilities. So enjoying Mangalia is something whereby it's in every person.
You might be a leader, but you're also a human being. You also pass through a lot of things. You have to handle the group because you're a leader. You have to handle yourself again. So, if you be just continuing with okay, just simply because this is my responsibility. Lekani babele makolo ba ma family yanga ni sacrifice nibe. So that ni wakondolese kwa leo. So we sat down. If you can share it from the whole group, you want to pretend at least share on the one of the people that you can see that this one I think can keep my secret. I can share it. Than you being keep quiet wangala. No, just cause I'm a leader. Mana. Nendo kupeleka kumalembe. Ndine kwetu nyamu namba 2.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.